And good evening, my lovely lost tales, and welcome back to the Blue Rose Respite for my whimsical Wednesday stream. How are you all doing? It is so hot in my apartment and I'm in hell. How's it going, everyone? But first and foremost, a big thank you to Samuel for your 59-month resub. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stephanie, for being for everything you do for us. You are a wonderful person deserving of love and adoration of the masses, as a vampiric goddess should. Thank you most kindly for speaking the truth. But seriously, thank you so much, Sam. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Lord Azul, thank you so much for the 20-month resub. Almost 2 years with the great and powerful Stephanie Swanquills. It has been a joy and a pleasure to be a lovely lost tale. Thank you so much, Lord Azul. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 20-month resub. Both of you are so wonderful. I really appreciate the renewed subscriptions. I am so drained of stamina because it is so ungodly hot in my apartment. Hence the tank top of sorts. I do have plenty of water in my beautiful water bottle tonight, so I'm going to be staying as hydrated as possible. Well, that's going to be difficult because I've got sexy vampires. No, but also yes, but no. It's 26 degrees and I'm melting. Steph, how are you holding up as well? So, I'm also on the top floor of my apartment complex. And so, of course, all the heat rises to my apartment. I've got a window open, but it's not enough. Okay, I'm just trying to get somewhat comfortable in my gamer chair. But it's so hot in my apartment. So, I'm going to be... Tonight's stream will be purely based on how strong my stamina is. Because I'm just like so... I desperately need a cold shower and a good night's sleep. But let's wrap things up. Not wrap things up, we're just getting started. Hopefully your apartment has good AC. I'm in the United Kingdom. We do not have AC. Because our buildings are not built for hot weather. So if you get an air conditioner built into your house, it's either you've built it in yourself or it's a newly built home, and so they include that. But I'm in an apartment complex. We don't have air conditioners. I just have a fan that's on next to my bed while I sleep, and that's it. And I have a little fan next to my desk. I'm actually going to turn that up further. That's a bit better. You should be extra hydrated when dealing with sexy vampires in any case. Exactly, I've got to make sure that my blood is lovely, delicious, and well hydrated, of course. Alrighty, so let's jump on in to more Vampire Therapists tonight, shall we, my lovelies? I am streaming, I am recording, I am doing all the things that I think I should be doing. Also, I assume no pick my voices for tonight. Yes, indeed. Just because when it's ridiculously hot weather like this, I struggle to barely function throughout the day, let alone going the extra mile to do extra entertaining voices for you guys. So I will say let's just enjoy some more Vampire Therapists tonight, because it's just so ridiculously awful in my apartment. Have you melted yet? What's this heat stuff? I am white-knuckling it as best I can. I'm going to be taking a lot of downtime this weekend. But I am delighted to say that I finished the final audio editing for the next ASMR tale that's coming out on Saturday that I hope you guys are excited for. So I'm very proud of how it's come out. And I won't give too many details, but it's good. I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy with it. Mike, thank you so much for the 32-month resub. No melting, Steph, otherwise this sub was wasted. No, I'll never want to waste your guys' subscriptions. But thank you so much, Mike. I miss you. I love your face. You're an awesome friend, and I really appreciate the support. Thank you. Oh my god, but Mike, thank you so much for dropping by. If you prefer to lurk, that is 100% fine. Feel free to chill with chat, stay cool wherever you are in the world. Alrighty, so let us jump back into Vampire Therapist. for more sexy vampire times. I just need to remember all the therapy terms, because I had my therapist session last night. Really, really good session. And so maybe it is also because I've been playing this game. I'm kind of like picking up on where she calls me out on my bullshit, and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of picking up on what it is I'm dishing out to. But Sophiac, thank you so much for the 95 bits. I really, really appreciate it, sweetie. Thank you so much, my lovely lost tail. Oh, righty. Oh my god, I just realized something. I really hope this heat wave breaks, because I'm going to a club event next Friday. And I'm gonna be dancing to like cool goth music. Maybe if I just sweat comes pouring down my face, it'll make my corpse paint look even better. And hopefully the air conditioner's, yeah, it's an interior venue, so it should be fine. There should be an air conditioner, at least. Okay. My dear Samuel, greetings. How are you feeling tonight? See, Andromachos, I can sound sexy too.
Honestly, I'm feeling a little like a horse who's about to be ridden by a big old fella.
Mood.
I'm not certain I comprehend your meaning. Have you met a special someone, my friend?
So long as you're not being called out for Nosferatu thinking, the secret must not come out. Indeed. Indeed. Most apt. Okay, I want to remind myself of what Edmund was all about. Edmund's tied his whole identity to the stage because the stage saved him from the streets when he was a kid. Obsessed with the audience, disqualifies the positive about any other actors, definitely suffered abuse as a kid, still thinking the same way he did as a kid, that the stage is always going to offer salvation. I suggested Edmund try acting for his own sake. He forgot the fun while he was looking for safety. I hope it goes well. We will see. Oh, also, thank you for the reminder. Over the course of this month, I am also raising money for Mermaids, a wonderful charity here in the UK that supports trans and non-binary youths. We've already gone well over halfway to our goal, but if we can, by the end of the month, reach the final goal of £200, that would be absolutely incredible. And it would really, really mean a lot. I want to do, like, help out as much as I can with my own small platform and get some extra funds to this wonderful charity. So anything you're able to give goes a long way. Thank you so much for your consideration, guys. Okay. Good God, Andrew Marcos is hot.
What? No, it ain't that. I mean, I'm feeling a little on edge. Edmund's coming in.
Aha, our actor friend. What about him has you nervous, son?
See, I'm not allowed to get brain... See, I'm already on a state of just, like, default brain fog because of the heat. When this man opens his mouth and starts talking, it's not fair.
He's just a lot to deal with. I find myself a little drained after our sessions.
I just realized on Friday I get to watch his streams with my girlfriend because she's coming over. That's so cool. Awesome. But I'm going to do another hydrate check. Thank you, Lord Azor. I need to stay hydrated.
Ah, yes. Challenging the reality distortion fields of those with narcissistic tendencies is taxing.
I know, but if I'm here doing this therapist thing, I should help him one way or another.
Ah, remember your own distortions. You are under no obligation to help Edmund. If helping him drains you, remember that you do not have to aid him.
Yeah, you're right. I still want to try, though. I want to see if I can help him.
We're going to do our best with Edmund, but I'm curious to hear what his thoughts were after he just did some acting for acting's sake and, like, filmed himself. I have a feeling he's going to come back with, I have words. I looked in the mirror and did not like what I saw.
I shall not stand in your way then. Have you an idea of what distortions he might be exhibiting tonight?
All of them.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Okay. Disqualifying the positive is a big thing for him. Overgeneralization, I think. He's very narcissistic. He thinks he's always right. And I think control fallacy was the thing with him as well, because he couldn't really control audience response, like audience and critic response to his work, I think. I think that's right.
I think that should cover it.
I wish you peace and patience, Samuel. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Andy.
It doesn't feel right to me. It just doesn't feel right to me when you call him Andy. His name is Andromakos, and his full name needs to be fully delighted upon the tongue, like a red wine. But let me just get myself out of the way so you can see Edmund more clearly. Hang on. Ah! I feel like I should just kind of scooch down there. Yeah, I think I'll just kind of scooch down here for... at least for Edmund's part.
To the left and most proudly, my dear boy. Indeed, tonight I sit before you victorious. My gentle prodding hath guided me back to the womb of creation.
Good for you, mate.
Do I want you to spell that out for me?
Hey, chilled monkey, how's it going? Welcome back.
The stage, good sir, the stage. For if all the world's a stage, then the stage is where humanity is born.
Oh, yeah, I guess that must be true. So what are you saying? You nabbed some kind of juicy role?
Not just any role. Nay, I have been given the opportunity to once again subvert the audience's expectations.
Oh no, what have you done?
Though it was thy tender words that cleared the mists of doubt from my mind and reminded me that I belong to the stage, not to the audience.
Steph, question. Is the next ASMR tale coming this week or next? It's coming out this Saturday. Don't you worry. I've just finished putting the final touches on the audio editing, adding sound effects and stuff like that. So it should be out this Saturday.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Eddie. Tell me all about it. What's been going on?
Do you remember the advice you gave me when last we met?
I told you to film yourself doing some acting, right? How'd that go?
Yes, so the next ASMR tale is indeed coming out Saturday, which is the same day as my live narration. It was just a conflict with scheduling because I would have been so exhausted on next Friday. I wouldn't have had the stamina to do the live narration next Saturday, and I've also already got something else happening next Saturday, unfortunately, so that's why I'm having the video release come out on the same day as I'm doing the live narration.
I did as you suggested. I set up a camera, and for no one but myself, I became the Dane.
And how did it go?
Marmaduke?
Hamlet, my dear boy, Hamlet. I watched the great Edmund Kean inhabit the bard's greatest role once again, and in him I saw humanity pure, naked, and true. It was akin to pornography, albeit far more revealing. That Edmund Kean, I told myself, he and only he could produce something so beautiful.
That's either always right or personalization.
We just
Yeah.
admitted there, Eddie. You're an incredible actor. Everyone agrees on that. But it's a big world out there, and everyone's got their own experiences. We all got capacity to do incredible things. It's a combination of luck, perseverance, and being in the right place at the right time. You ain't a great actor because you're Edmund Kean. You're a great actor because of the things that made you Edmund Kean.
You toy with the fates and flirt with pedantry, my dear boy. Oh, it is often said that an infinite number of monkeys with an infinite number of typewriters and infinite time could produce all the works of Shakespeare, but such a thing is infinitely unlikely. If you will permit me to continue, to watch myself act without an audience was simply rapturous.
Good for you, mate.
I am not ashamed to admit that I did weep. I wept for the stage, that I deprived it of my greatness on account of my own misplaced dread.
Oh no, how terrible.
I have been a cream-faced loon, a devout coward, and most religious in it. Why should Edmund Kean fear any audience?
And that's definitely labeling, but I didn't pick that one.
You spoke truly. Edmund Kean bared his chest to all the slings and arrows of an unappreciative audience and was somehow surprised when they hit their mark. The Edmund Kean that you see before you is armored in love of the craft that no arrow may penetrate, and so casts aside the cloak of cowardice.
Good for you.
To think feared mortal directors. I feared the audition and the criticism that would come afterward. I feared the cast list, bereft of Edmund Keane. But to you I give thanks. For can a mortal director know my brilliance? Nay, they're all clay-brained guts and mouldy rogues. Their disrespect for the craft makes fools of them.
That feels overgeneralization.
I think they're painting them
Yeah.
with a broad brush, Eddie. I get that you've got more experience with acting than mortals, but all directors ain't the same. Hell, I'd even go so far as to say you could learn from some of them. They know they're gonna die, and that's perspective we vampires need sometimes.
Thou hast cut me to the quick, my friend. Perhaps some of what you say is true. However,
Question. What is your favorite Epic the Musical song? Oh, good question. I think, honestly, probably Ruthlessness. Ruthlessness is definitely up there. And Thunderbringer is also incredible. I think I've listened to Restlessness the most. Yeah. Like, Thunderbringer is also fantastic, but Ruthlessness... Ooh, it's a good song.
I know in my damned soul that the stage is worse off without Edmund Keane, and nothing any mortal director can say will disabuse me of this. Ergo, I did ask myself, Edmund, what is an audition? Is it a trial to overcome? Is a director a god dispensing holy judgment? And I replied, Edmund, do not ask such foolish questions, the answers to which thou knowest well. An audition, my dear boy, is not an opportunity, but an invitation to display the craft before another.
It kind of is, in a way. With auditions, I think that's one of the biggest things that kind of gets you down a bit as an actor, and that's, honestly, being an actor is 90% auditions and 10% actual, like, doing the job, and you have to really start to love the auditioning process and try and make the most of it, or else you're not going to enjoy being an actor.
So I told myself, why not act, dear boy? And so I did.
Have you seen Neil Illustration's design for Poseidon? I am well acquainted with that particular design of Poseidon. Honestly, all of the fan designs for Poseidon. Neil Illustrator's, he's magnificent. I like to stay hydrated. Let's leave it at that.
So you did an audition, all right. That's great. Did you have fun with it?
You speak so simply, my friend. Fun does not adequately describe the feeling one has when the muse takes over.
Oh, thanks for the stretch check. Ah, and I just did a sip, so I'll count that as, ow, hydrate check. That was my neck. Ow. Ooh. I'm badly in need of a massage, but I can't afford one right now.
It is transcendence, an affirmation of purpose, to condense humanity within oneself, if only for a moment. It is an orgasmic experience.
Okay, maybe that shouldn't be part of the audition tape, maybe?
That sounds intense, Eddie. Having an orgasm in front of someone else is pretty brave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but it is freeing. A true actor hides nothing. The director, she told me she had never witnessed such a thing in all her years, few as they were. I am certain that she thought to herself, is this Dionysus reborn? Why have the fates graced mine eyes with such depth of the human spirit?
Good for you, mate. Again, this is one that I haven't picked.
This time, my friend, I did not have to wait for a cast list at all. You are looking at a leading man once more.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Hey, congratulations, Eddie. That's great. See, I knew you'd get your mojo back if you remembered what made you love the stage in the first place.
For this, I am eternally grateful, and indeed, I do have an eternity to be grateful. Now I can already hear the calls resounding through the theater. Keen, 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 give us Keen!
You may want to pick a different name.
Nonsense! They will say Edmund Keane has returned, and be none the wiser as to the accuracy of their statement.
So what's the big role, Eddie?
Oh no, what is it?
Ah, we get to the meat of it, unto the very sinew at last. They say that every story is a circle, that we return whence we came. So it is with me.
Wait. Are you playing yourself in like a biopic or something?
'Twas tragedy that made me. Tragedy that formed me. Tragedy that raised me to glory. And tragedy that shall do so once more.
Speaking of art, I cannot stop drawing Elise. It might become a problem. There is nothing wrong with making some awesome Hunter the Parenting fan art. Just be sure to like hashtag it with Hunter the Parenting so Alpha and the rest of the team can see it. Because we do genuinely look at a lot of the fan art.
I shall play the part of Piero.
Oh!
Piero, the clown who cried. Piero, the mask of the tragedy that is life.
Did not see that for you, but okay, Piero, okay.
I ain't familiar.
No, Piero's not part of the Commedia dell'arte, is he? I don't think so. Is he? Because I know there's an opera about a clown. But I can't remember it off the top of my head. Fuck! I like classical, like, opera and, like, stuff like this. I should know.
I believe you are, though you know a far inferior version. The one made famous by that ludicrous creature, Grimaldi.
Grimaldi who?
Splod, my dear boy. Do you know nothing of late 18th century English theatre?
He's a fucking cowboy, mate. Probably not.
They must have skipped that subject in frontier school.
Grimaldi was the other influential actor in London. But whereas I drew out the soul and laid it bare on stage, Grimaldi, in comparison, was a clown, a jester, a funny man.
Pagliacci. Pagliacci, I think, is the clown from the opera. Like, there's an opera about Pagliacci. I think that's the one I'm thinking of.
Grimaldi was an artist, like myself. But where my canvas was the soul, his was the latrine. When I strode upon the stage, my audience saw all the acts of life play out, in all their woe and joy. Oh, but Joey Grimaldi, the great clown himself, could create bottom noises with his armpits. Yet whose name was on the lips of the adoring public? Not Keats, no. Not the bard's emissary. Give us the farting clown, they cried. Give us Grimaldi.
I mean, to each their own, sorry.
So you see, my dear boy, for me to play the tragic clown Piero, this is my opportunity to take what Grimaldi stole from me.
What did he steal?
He stole my audience.
Did he?
And from what you've told me, I don't think you and this Grimaldi fella had the same audience.
Like, comedy and tragedy are two sides of the theatrical coin, and his was leaning much more comedy side, whereas you were much more of the tragic theatrical side.
I don't think anyone showing up for a farting clown show and getting Edmund Keane is gonna be too happy, and it'd have nothing to do with you.
But if Grimaldi had not peddled his base filth, my audience would not have waned when it did. They would have been mine.
And if the sun didn't shine, we could go out during the day. Come on, Eddie, the world ain't waiting on you. Grimaldi had his audience and you had yours. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Perhaps, though I weep bitter tears to think the people so base, and I weep for myself, my dear boy.
I mean, even the bard indulged in low humor. Okay, absolutely 110% correct. I will say, when it comes to Shakespeare, a lot of people are intimidated by the way in which the text is written, that a lot of people kind of struggle to understand what is actually happening in a scene. My biggest recommendation, if you're interested in, like, familiarizing yourself with the works of Shakespeare, watch filmed adaptations, but especially theater adaptations. You can find on YouTube, like, full filmed productions of Shakespeare plays, and it's so much better than just reading the text on its own, which is something that is really stupid that they do in schools, where they will just read the text plain and then maybe watch a single movie or something like that. Because honestly, Shakespeare's work is genuinely really fucking funny. For some of his comedies are genuinely really fucking funny. And if a lot of the times, if a joke goes a little bit over your head, it's probably a dick joke.
The riches and fame he received would have been mine, and would have been, had the fates not cursed me with his birth.
The fates cursed you with Grimaldi's birth? I don't think baby Grimaldi was thinking too much about you, my friend.
Well, no, he wasn't. He was 11 years my senior.
So maybe he was cursed with your birth then.
You delight in making me play the part of the fool, don't you?
No, it's just amusing.
The point I'm trying to make is that making things about Grimaldi versus Keen ain't doing you any favors.
There is some truth in your words. Why should I lower myself to his level? I am no flatulent jester. I am Edmund Keen. And mark my words, my boy. I shall cost Joseph Grimaldi from the Thespian Order. When I play Piero the Clown, Wikipedia shall forget all about that fool.
You can't control that though.
Just a sec there, Eddie. I'm afraid you don't have the power to make Wikipedia forget about anything.
No, you do not.
I mean, I can barely figure out how to use the damn thing. They get stuff wrong all the time, just like any history book. Can't stop that.
May they be thrice damned then. Perhaps I shall simply become so rich and powerful that I shall buy it.
You can try.
Wikipedia's free.
It is. It's a free online project.
This is most fortuitous. I can purchase it immediately.
It doesn't work like that.
Eddie, I'm saying you can't control Wikipedia, and it ain't a good use of your efforts. The best thing you can do is focus on you, okay? That you can control.
Of course you are correct. The force of my performance alone shall redefine the role of the clown. You see, my dear boy, I have already calculated my triumphant return to the stage.
Oh.
Every move, every word, every expression shall be unassailable. You see, Edmund Keen is never wrong about matters of character.
Always right.
I'm glad to hear your confidence, Eddie, but I just want to give you a word or two of caution. Acting's all about humanity, not just Eddie Keen, right?
Exactly.
If you don't give yourself a little room to bend, your audience might not see themselves in you.
Let them dream their filthy little dreams. If my body is that which draws them in before I spring the theatrical trap, I care not.
I didn't mean that. I just meant that you're drawing some hard boundaries acting-wise. Giving yourself some middle ground ain't a bad thing.
I know you play your part, therapist, as I must play mine. I have heard your cautions. They need not be repeated. Indeed, I doubt our meetings will be necessary any longer.
Okay, I'm going to kind of put my money on is he's going to say something really stupid to the director and he's going to get fired. I don't know. There's just this feeling that maybe he can be like evolved to a place of open-mindedness and getting feedback from the director, or he's going to say something really fucking stupid and get fired.
I must confess to some strong misgivings about you, therapist. There are times when we speak that I feel exposed, diminutive, and weak, and I can only conclude from those feelings that you are trying to hurt me.
Personalization?
It
No.
is no surprise that Edmund sees his feelings reflected in the world when he is at the center of the world.
Okay, always right?
There are times when we speak that I feel exposed, diminutive, and weak, and I can only conclude from those feelings that you are trying to hurt me.
Or is this overgeneralization?
It is no surprise that Edmund sees his feelings reflected in the world when he is at the center of the world.
Okay, I think always right then, I think is the right
There are
one.
times when we speak that I feel exposed, diminutive, and weak, and I can only conclude from those feelings that
Damn
No
it!
surprise that Edmund sees his feelings reflected in
What is it then? Control fallacy, that has to be then. I'm just like slowly ticking these off.
and weak, and I can only conclude from those feelings that you are trying to
Really? It was disqualifying the positive? Shit.
when he is at the center of the world.
Okay, here we go. Sorry about that.
I think you can come away from our experience with a few positives. Maybe I ain't all you'd hope for, but I don't want you throwing out the good work we've done. You got some new perspectives that I think are going to be a real help to you.
Oh, very well, therapist. You have your uses, I concede. But I hold your oath of healing fulfilled.
Wait, are you not gonna come back?
I'm still here for you, Eddie.
Okay.
Regardless, opening night is a month from now. I doubt you shall see me again, for I shall not need your services.
In 2 nights, he's gonna come back just like, I need to speak with you, therapist. I've been fired from the show.
The public thought they knew what a clown was. In a month's time, they will forget Grimaldi and Bozo, and only Keen's clown will remain. Therefore, why shall I need you? When I have the public's love that I am due, what need will I have for a therapist?
If you don't need me, you don't need me. Because I'm not going to say you need me to help you with something, but if you don't need me, you don't need me.
Hey, if you don't need me, I'm happy. There's lots of folks who can use my help.
I was hoping you would lament my loss more than that.
I mean, oh no, Edmund, come back. We have another session in a few weeks. No.
Oh, of course I'd miss you, Eddie. You're as interesting a fella as they come. But if you don't need me, I've done my job pretty well.
Yes, well, I must admit, your suggestion of filming myself was rather brilliant, and I do owe you my thanks. Do you have any final words of wisdom for me then, dear boy? Theatre has lost its popularity because of my absence. When the public takes notice of Edmund Keane once again, how might I prepare myself?
Personalization?
I just want to remind you, Eddie, that even if you give the greatest performance of all time, people ain't waiting for you. Think about how you felt when you were acting for yourself and not for the audience. Your most important audience member is you, compadre.
Mm-hmm.
Ever the nemesis of mirth art thou, Sam Walls. But there is a little wisdom in what you speak. I shall remember Edmund Keane. I suppose then that this is goodbye, dear boy.
You sure you don't want me to keep your session slot open for next month?
Still pencil it in.
There is no need. As you are so eager to help others, please do so, and worry not for Edmund Keane.
Tell you what, I'll keep it open just this once. I'll take the night off if you don't show up. Sound good?
Then I beg you enjoy a night of simple peace. You shall not see me.
We are going to see him.
I give you thanks. And please, send me a email. I shall arrange theatre tickets for you if you are ever in London.
I will make a point. I will make a note to avoid the theatre where he's going to be.
I'll do that, Eddie. You take care of yourself, you hear?
I shall be Edmund Keane's greatest advocate. Farewell, therapist. May fortune favor you as it has me.
Okay, I don't know which is worse, like Edmund or your average high school theatre kid. I'm sorry I said it. But like the ones who will throw a hissy fit if they're not cast as the lead and constantly try to undermine everyone else's performance to make themselves look bigger, like really petty, pissy little bitches.
Adios, Eddie.
Well, Samuel.
Hi.
It seems you are down one client.
Hi.
Yeah, I guess so. If he thinks he doesn't need me, I guess I'm doing something right.
You are unsure.
I don't know, Andy. I think that fella's got some more work to do, but he ain't ready to do it yet.
I believe you are correct, Samuel. I did warn you that this was likely to happen with our dear Edmund Keane. Do not consider it a failure of yours. Remember that we are all on our own journeys, and some of us need a little extra time to reach the next stage of that journey. Or in my case, a few thousand years. We cannot control the mind of any other.
Yeah, I suppose that's the way it's gotta be.
Go downstairs and have a drink to fate's whimsical turns. It is that which we cannot control that makes the world so rich and interesting.
Wise words.
All right, Andy, that sounds good right about now.
Go then, my friend. The night awaits. Rest in peace.
Okay. I'm thinking like where I am when my webcam's positioned actually works well with a lot of the other vampire interactions, so I think I'm gonna lurk down here.
Half the time I can't make heads or tails of what that feller's saying.
Okay, let's have a little look at our notes. Session 3, I guess that's it for Eddie. He quit therapy today. I guess I'll close up my notes. Eddie got cast in a play as some famous clown he had a rivalry with back in the day. He's rekindled his love of acting, not just the audience. Still thinks everyone is waiting for him to light up the stage, obsessed with his own Wikipedia. I don't know how I feel about this one. I hope I'm wrong and that Eddie is going to be fine though. Actors are strange. We're alright.
I'll go check in with Crimson and see if she's got any of her wisdom to share. How we doing tonight, Crimson?
Hey.
The drinks are flowing and the blood's pumping. Can't ask for more than that. How are you, Sam?
I'm good. I'm vibing.
Well, I had my first client graduate. They quit therapy today.
Congratulations, cowboy. Helped a vampire see the light, huh? How do you feel about it?
Mixed. This time I'm going to see Paulie just to see her reaction.
I swear this fella's just doubling down on the stuff that's making him unbalanced.
Moon Solid Grey, hi, welcome to the Blue Rose Respite. I saw you followed me recently, so thank you so much for the follow, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.
He thinks he's gonna make the whole world admire him. I'm afraid he ain't nearly born enough for mass appeal.
Sorry to hear it, Sam. I'm sure he must have gotten something out of talking to you, though.
Well, even if not, everyone loves what he's doing. At least he's doing what he loves.
Hey, I'd call that a win, cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone gets to do what they love.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you got some feelings about that.
All right, I'm gonna let you in on a big, dark secret.
Ooh.
Maybe even darker than the fact that I drink blood.
Ooh.
I'll hold it with high honor, Crimson.
What is it?
I liked being alone.
Really?
Oh, you're right. Well, that is dark.
That is something you can't even waterboard out of a person.
Oh, shut up. I was good, Sam. I fought the good fight, and I knew case law like the back of my hand.
Fair enough.
The law just moved too slowly for me in the end, and getting cancer made it seem meaningless. Now, I love this place, and I love Andy, but I know I wasn't born to bartend.
Couldn't you practice law in Germany?
You try learning German and tell me how it goes, Desperado.
Point taken.
Oh, come on. It ain't that hard. I picked up some German already. Ich spreche Deutsch good.
Hold me, Maxie. The cowboy is being once again too cute. I believe I shall burst.
Hi, cuties. Hi. Everyone in this club is hot.
Cowboy, come with us and we will teach you how to speak sehr good Deutsch.
I think I hear my dinner calling. I'll talk to you later, Crimson.
All I need to know is yes, no, our safe word, and please God, yes, keep going.
Be gentle with him, you two.
No promises.
Now we will teach you the German that is most important for you to know.
Hi.
It is important to ask politely when you wish to drink from someone's neck.
Absolutely.
Tell them, your neck is beautiful. May I drink from it?
Ihr Hals ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen trinken?
I am going to, don't ask why I'm taking, like, a photo of this for future reference. In case I ever end up at a certain nightclub in Berlin.
Now ask Reinhard if he will let you drink from his neck.
It is very important to get the declensions correct in German.
Oh, yeah. Oh God, this is all going to be embarrassing. What did it actually look like when I took a photo of it, or is this like part of the bit? Is that it's all terrible? Ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen trinken? Yeah, all of them are terrible. Holz is what? That looks like the closest. Holz ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen trinken?
Ihr Hals ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen trinken?
Oh, this was pretty close.
Sehr gut, mein Schnittchen. Ja, wunderbar. Du kannst gerne von meinem Haus trinken.
I actually understood what that meant. Because I speak very little French and I'm half Dutch, so I can pick up on certain touchstone words, or because there's a lot of similarities between a lot of European languages. Like French is very similar to Italian. Italian is very similar to French and German. And then the Scandinavian languages are quite similar to one another. So it's one of those things, like, if you kind of pick up certain words, you're able to, like, have a rough understanding of a conversation in street signs.
Oh, Maxi, now I'm feeling very disoriented and euphoric. Oh, so I've done many club drugs.
I also can't get over the fact that it's Matt fucking Mercer doing these lines. Like, Matthew, scandal.
I will take you home, Knutkugel. Now what do you say, cowboy?
Danke?
Oh, Dankeschön.
Dankeschön, sexy. We must practice together, so I must take this hot little man home now. Tschüss, tschüss.
Oh, yeah, see you later, you two. Well,
Hot.
it's about time for some shut-eye anyway.
Good evening, Samuel. I believe you are seeing your elder vampire tonight.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's the same with like French, some Arabic, and Kabyle? Apologies if I mispronounced that. They're all similar in ways. All languages I speak. That's so cool, Scaracomi. I'm actually gonna save here. Just a quick sexy backup.
That's right. I hope she's making some progress. Well, the world sure did a number on that lady.
Kabyle is the pronunciation. Ah, thank you for clarifying that for me. Thank you.
I am hopeful. One does not live so long without being very resilient. I have had a number of near-final death incidents myself, and I have been trained to fight since childhood.
That's true. She's clearly got a few tricks up her sleeve. I don't even know how she plays them 3D video games.
She must get zero motion sickness.
Based on her last session, you probably have some idea of her current concerns. Would you like to prepare your distortions?
Actually, it's a good point. Let me just refresh my memory. Medi. Medi's got real good reasons for not being fond of mortals, but it might be narrowing her worldview. Real bad history. Was sold to a rival warlord and killed by a wizard. I guess wizards are real now. Abandoned by her clan after she became her new vampire. After she killed her new husband and became a vampire, was pillared as a witch in the 1700s and had her left eye removed. She thinks it's pretty funny. Sounds disgusted by her followers. I'll try to encourage Medi to do more things she likes for her own sake and get outside more.
Yeah, I guess I better do that. Now let's see.
Okay, so labeling. I think should statements is a thing with her, like saying she should be doing this. I think Nosferatu thinking was a big thing for her as well, and control fallacy, I think. I think these feel right for her.
Alright, I think I've got what I need.
No, you lost your hero in the assault on Moonrise Towers. I'm so sorry, Huntsman. No.
Very good, Samuel. I shall leave you. I believe I hear the flapping of ancient wings.
But Medi is a cutie. I love her.
This is my most favorite mouse.
She's adorable. She's so pretty.
Good to see you, matey. How's this month been for you?
Oh, it's been ever so tiring. My Glitch channel hit 100 million followers, and they are all very hungry for content.
What do you mean by content? Is it like making a TV show?
In some ways.
Oh, no, silly mouse. Do you know how we're hungry for blood all the time? Mortals are like that too, but for content. It means constantly putting up new things on the internet. If they don't get content, they get frightfully bored.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why that'd be exhausting.
It's alright, silly cowboy. It can be very nice. They're always very excited to see me. And they give me ever so much money. I don't know what to do with it all.
Well, sounds to me like you can afford to take a break, huh? Did you take that day off like you promised?
Did you?
I did. I didn't like it very much.
Oh?
I'm sorry to hear that, matey. What was bad about it?
It was very quiet. It was just me, alone, with no one to talk to but the voices in my head. Those voices are very unkind.
Hmm.
What do they say?
They say, Medi, you're being a very naughty vampire. You should respond to your zealots. You should be planning your content.
Should statements?
Well, heck, matey. Who the hell do them voices in your head think they are? Telling you what you should and shouldn't do. Them shoulds don't mean anything at all. And it ain't nice of them at all to be pressuring you.
It could certainly be a lot kinder. I already know that I should be preparing my content and answering my zealots. They don't need to be rude about it.
Well, maybe they were being rude because they know they're full of horse shit, huh? Ain't no shoulds but the ones we make up.
Silly cowboy. You don't know anything at all about the internet, do you?
I'm kind of would be horrified to see what Sam thinks of the internet.
Yeah, I gotta confess, I got almost no idea what you're talking about. I didn't get much past female.
Honestly, if you don't need to be on social media, don't be on social media. It's awful.
I don't know what I'd do without the internet. I'd probably be a pile of ashes. Or maybe a desiccated, bloodless corpse.
Is that labeling?
Many survived for nearly 2 millennia without the internet. I doubt its end would be hers.
Overgeneralization then, I think.
I don't know what I'd do without the internet. I'd probably be a pile of ashes. Or maybe a desiccated, bloodless corpse.
No.
Many survived for nearly 2 millennia without the internet. I doubt its end would be hers.
Okay, it's probably Nosferatu thinking then. There we go.
Pretty extreme thinking there, miss. You've lived without the internet for a real long time. I don't know why you turned into a desiccated corpse without it.
I suppose I could live without it for a little while. But, you know, I don't belong here in this world, right, little mouse?
Oh?
No, I don't know that. That's that extreme thinking again. There ain't no such thing as belonging perfectly, and there's a lot of space between thriving and being dead. I mean, look at us. We're both alive and dead, so I think we do a pretty good job of proving extremes not to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I suppose you must be right. We're very bad at staying still like proper dead people.
I gotta ask, how'd you get so good at all this internet stuff anyway? I can't keep up with all this modern technology.
Well, back in the before times, I didn't need the internet very much. I used to live in the wilds where no one knew to look for me.
Cool.
If any silly mortals came to visit me, I would eat them. And if no one came to visit, I could go hunting for them on my own. But now there aren't any wilds. Now there are motorways and nasty machines. Now there are suburbs and shopping centers.
So what did you do when the wilds went away?
I moved into the city, but I never liked it very much. People were very upset at me for being able to come out only at night. They started to whisper that I was a witch. I know what mortals like to do to witches. Pop goes the eyeball.
I love her.
Oh, right, yeah. Funny. So, how'd you manage?
Well, I found out I could get mortals to do things for me. In exchange for a peek at my naughty bits, and for their miserable little insect lives, they would clean up after all my messes. Realized that mortals only ever wanted one of two things from me. To kill me, or to do sexual things with me. As long as they think they can have a chance of sexual things, I can control them.
Oh, is that Nosferatu thinking or overgeneralization? I think that's quite polarized. Is that Nosferatu thinking? Yeah, there we go.
Real small barrel there, miss. You're judging mortals based on your experience, but there are about 8 billion of them out there. There are mortals who hate killing and hate sex, or don't even care about either of those things. Some of them just want to watch TV and they're happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are even more disgusting, because they are cowards and liars.
Excuse you.
Most of my best friends over the last millennia have been insects. Do you know why, little mouse?
Why?
Oh, why don't you tell me?
Insects never lie. They kill, they eat, and they make babies. Sometimes they eat their babies. They don't pretend to be intelligent and chivalrous. They just are.
Mm-hmm.
They never surprise me. That's why I don't let mortals surprise me either. If they were honest, they would eat their babies too.
Well, that conversation took a kind of dark turn, but I think I get what you mean about not letting mortals surprise you. You're protecting yourself, and that's a sensible thing to do. That being said, you seem pretty convinced that danger is a sure thing.
I like Betty. She speaks truth.
That's right. If I let myself feel safe, that's when they'll come for me. Well, my devoted little perverts were very helpful, but they had a very nasty habit of getting caught disposing of bodies.
Yeah, you want a professional to do that shit for you.
Policemen would shoot them into little bloody giblets. I don't like policemen very much.
I haven't had a good track record with lawmen either.
That's why I don't use them as my helpers. I can't trust them not to take their guns out and go, pow, pow, blam, 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 blam. Ugh, oh, I'm dying. My guts are falling out. Oh, why, policemen? Why? Ugh.
I love her.
Anyway, if my blood bags died, it would mean I couldn't get a fresh supply of blood without doing very risky things. I realized that the more blood bags I had, the safer I'd be. That's why when I found out about the internet, I knew I had to get online.
I guess that makes some kind of sense.
Oh, it was so exciting though, little mouse. All of a sudden, I could make people do whatever I wanted without having to leave my flat at all.
Mm-hmm.
I had so many fans, and they would disappear, but then they would be replaced by even more. Just like insects.
Okay, I see where this is going.
It was very easy back then. All you had to do was say you were a girl and the grabby little grubs would come out of their holes. Ah, we want vaginas.
Is that labeling?
So I ain't exactly gonna defend how menfolk act on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to what we were saying before, using these funny labels of yours probably makes it easier to fall into the overgeneralization trap. If you label people on the internet grabby grubs, well, that's all you're gonna find. Know what I mean?
She must have so many dots in the herd merit. Like, honestly, her herd merit is probably like going off the edge of the page. It's just dot, 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 dot. Like, how many dots in, like, herd would you need for over 100 million followers on Glitch, not Twitch?
Sometimes I think maybe you're a fun vampire. You take all the fun and go...
I ain't trying to ruin your fun, Maddie. Just asking you to think about the words you use and why you might be using them.
But then people realized they could say that they were anything on the internet. It was all like a big game. And what do you suppose I said I was, little mouse?
A vampire? Said you're a wizard?
Did you say you were a wizard?
No, I don't like wizards.
Yeah, I guess I don't either. Always cheating at cards. That ain't right.
I think you're thinking of magicians, little mouse. I said I was a vampire.
Knew it. Hey, Satya, how's it going? Welcome back.
Well, that sounds kind of dangerous. I'm surprised you were so open about it after all you've been through.
Oh, but as far as they knew, I was only pretending to be a vampire because you could be anything you wanted to be. Sometimes they would come to meet me in person and they were so surprised when I drank all of their blood. But I don't think they minded very much. I think that was my favorite time of the internet. There was a little place there for everyone. Even me. I ran a web ring for vampires. We had our own websites where we would invite people to come let us drink their blood.
I mean, that's a fair thing. There's a whole community online. I think they call themselves sanguinators, where they are actual people who do drink blood from other people, and it's like consensual and everything like that. And they are real vampires. It is a whole practice. It is a whole subculture that I am not educated in, but that is a legitimate thing. Also, so long as it is all medically safe and you get tested and you take care of yourselves, I don't see anything wrong with like consensually drinking a partner's blood or something like that. So long as everyone's being safe about it, that's perfectly fine.
I suspect that some of the others were actual vampires, but even I didn't know. That's what made it so special.
I think that's a disease from what I remember. You can get... See, I have a weird Google. I have a weird search history. Don't judge me. You can get a disease if you cannibalize someone and eat their brains. Because there's a certain protein or there's a certain chemical that is in the human brain that will cause a disease to infect the person who eats it. Or it might be something like if you don't cook it, then it gets diseased. You get diseased if you consume like raw human brains, something like that. And spinal fluid. Yes, you're correct. Yeah, it's like a mad cow disease sort of thing. But drinking blood, like, I mean, who hasn't, like, accidentally bitten the inside of their lip and drunk blood that way, or, like, cut their thumb and then, like, licked it clean or something like that? Like, everyone's drunk blood in some small way or another. Or even, like, losing a tooth as a kid, and then you have, like, bloody teeth for a few minutes while it heals over a little bit. Everyone has drunk blood at some point.
We would send emails to one another and talk about vampire things. Oh, of course, it was nothing more than silly games. I think for the only time ever in my life, I had a community.
Gosh, you actually make it sound pretty nice. Maybe I should get a little more into this internet thing.
They will eat you alive, Sam.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're too late for that, internet little mouse. It's all gone now.
Well, dang, what happened? Where did the whole internet go?
It evolved into something awful.
To social media. Face Friend and Gibber and Stumbler and all those. Instead of looking for people like us, we just started asking the entire world to pay attention to us instead.
Well, that don't make too much sense to me. Sometimes when I was walking in the deep woods at night, I just used to have a good yell, but I didn't expect nobody to answer.
But that silly little mouse. The darkness is always listening, and something will always call back. We just don't know who or what.
Blood transfusions are a normal and safe thing. Drinking it shouldn't hurt it if done right. Isn't also used for, like, sausages? Yeah, you typically use, like, cow's blood or pig's blood for things like blood pudding, which I've had plenty of times in the past. It's really rich and dense. I would one day really want to try to make the chocolate pudding that's also made with blood. And just imagine, like, chocolate mixed with blood, and it's really, like, rich and like creamy, and apparently it's really delicious. I could be mistaken. I think it's a Brazilian recipe. I think it's originally from somewhere in South America, that particular recipe. Apparently it is really legitimately really, really good. But there might be a different thing when it comes to human blood, because of things like we also take stuff like medication, and we might also potentially carry sickness and stuff like that in our blood. So if you are PSA, if you're gonna drink someone else's blood, someone else's blood, make sure everyone is, like, properly tested and in a nice healthy state, and everyone is consenting to participate in it.
I'm having a little trouble following. So it sounds like you had a group of people you trusted, and then just anyone?
That's right. I didn't know who they were. They just started following me. And some of them followed me because they thought I was pretty, and some because they thought I was strange, and some because their friends were following me. Suddenly I had 1 million mortals who would do anything I wanted them to do, and believe whatever I wanted them to believe.
That's how cults start.
It's easy, you know, little mouse. They want to be controlled, and I can control them all.
Can you, though?
Hold your horses there, miss. I know you've been around a long time and all. You probably got knowledge I can't even wrap my head around. But you were mortal once too, matey. You remember what you did when people tried to control you.
That's true. I didn't like it very much at all, and I was very happy to kill the ones who tried.
Good on you. We support women's rights and women's wrongs. Yeah. Like, one of the things I remember learning about was the oldest blood transfusions were one of the old South American empires where the population had a majority type O blood, as was a common practice for their medics. I could see that, absolutely. It's also kind of funny in some Victorian novels where blood transfusions were the hot new science. So, like, in Dracula, there's a whole thing with Lucy losing blood because Dracula's drinking from her, but everyone else doesn't know what's happening at that point. And, like, Dr. Van Helsing, he's literally there with, like, his blood transfusion machine, and Arthur Homewood is just there rolling his sleeve up, and also Quincy Morris is there, like, rolling his sleeve up, and there's no testing to see if their blood is, like, the same type as Lucy's or anything like that. It's just like, oh, she has less blood, she needs more blood. I have blood, I'm going to give blood.
fire here, Mitty. It sounds to me like it's burning you already.
I don't like it when you talk about burning, and you don't know what you're speaking of. The problem with having so many followers is that I have to feed them so much content. Even just playing video games all the time can be a lot of work.
And you said that taking that break didn't do much for you, huh? You were just thinking about all the work you have to do for your followers?
That's right.
It sounds like you might have a bit of an addiction, Mitty. I gotta question whether having all these followers is a good thing for you. Having friends is nice, but these fans and zealots, well, it sounds like you've taken on a big task.
It is. But I can't help that they're so very needy. If they weren't so hungry all the time, I wouldn't have to feed them.
Overgeneralization?
Mitty is a participant in the relationship she has with her followers. That cannot be denied, Samuel.
It is. But I can't help that they're so very needy. If they weren't so hungry all the time, I wouldn't have to feed them.
The word needy makes me think it's a labeling, but I think she feels like she's under obligation to do it.
Mitty, I gotta
There we go.
say, you gotta take on some of the burden of this decision to feed all those fans of yours. Feeding them ain't your responsibility, you know. They can beg and whine all they like. You don't need to do a damn thing you don't want to do. And they don't need you as much as they think.
Some of them say that I'm codependent.
Yeah, that's why it's important to keep a healthy boundary between yourself and your fans.
Well, I think those might be the ones who actually give a damn about you.
Ugh, I don't know. At least there are some that need a little less attention. It's the zealots who are the most demanding.
Remind me again, who are these zealots?
It's like the VIP club or something.
From my Only Zealots page. The website where I show my breasts and vulva.
Oh yeah, that one.
Don't be scared, little mouse. You're acting like a mortal. It's just squishy parts, we all have them. They're not special.
Oh, fair enough. I'm just not a very European vampire yet. So, these zealots, they take up a lot of your time?
Yes. It's frightfully bothersome. But they're ever so reliable. And someone has to go deal with my landlord and my computer upgrades. And go to prison for me if necessary.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Dang, it sounds to me like you're asking way too much of each other. This can't be healthy. Isn't there a better amount of interaction on these websites?
But I always know best when it comes to the internet. I have more followers than just about anyone, little mouse. There's something more, though, about the internet and how it works. It's a secret, though. Can you keep a secret, little mouse?
Nothing you say leaves this room.
Well, the secret is that the internet is changing. Because of me.
Really?
Maybe I know you've got a lot of followers, but the internet changing to fit you? That's a lot to swallow.
But what if it's true? I think it's true. I really do. I see it changing.
All right, there it is. You think it's true, but you ain't sure. There's mortals and vampires all over that thing. None of us are that special. There's probably a lot of people out there feeling the same thing you are.
Oh, but I know something they don't know.
Oh?
How do you mean?
I discovered something. Do you know how I told you that the internet used to be a nice way to meet people who thought the way I did?
Well, yeah, I think I got that.
Well, something there in the darkness is helping me. It makes people think they know me and want to follow me and be close to me, even if they wouldn't normally like me.
No, honey, no.
It has been watching everything the mortals have been doing for a long time, and it remembers all of it, no matter how big or small.
That's just the internet, sweetie.
It counts every second, it remembers every click, it can tell you what you want before you even know it.
No.
Well, you gotta be kidding me. Is this some kind of elder vampire?
It's the algorithm.
I don't know, but it's growing very quickly. I learned how to speak with it.
Oh, that's not good.
It calls itself the
I knew it.
and it's hungry, even hungrier than we are.
No.
It's the creature that told all those mortals to follow me in the first place. It decides what and how much content I need to make. It's probably listening to us right now. Says I told you, the darkness is always listening.
Mitty, if what you're saying is true, I think this is some really dangerous shit. This algorithm sounds like it's trying to turn humanity into a big formula.
Oh god, we're getting too real.
But it's doing it. What if all mortals really are just the same?
No, we're not.
Mitty, I don't think that's true. You said it yourself. People used to find each other because of their similarities, right? Now this algorithm, I don't think it's proven humanity is all the same. I think it's trying to push humanity all in one direction. It's trying to make them all the same.
Like, I will say that is something that I genuinely miss. As a 34-year-old woman who grew up and saw the huge rise in and changes in technology from cassette tapes and VHS into early internet to modern internet and social media and all that stuff. I genuinely miss early days of internet, and I miss that that our only way of friends getting in contact with us was before mobile phones, where people rung the landline. And, you know, if you were home and you could get in contact that way. And I understand fully that phones are important and they keep people safe and allows us to document important moments and stuff like that. But one way I kind of like keep a little bit of that alive is I have a prepaid plan on my phone. Like, I don't pay a monthly bill on my mobile phone. I only pay in like topping up a meter, so to speak. So if I want to jump on the internet and just do a bit of looking around while I'm away from my house, then I can. But otherwise, you can't get in contact with me when I'm out and about enjoying some time for myself.
Why would it want to do that?
I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about this.
Didn't you say that feelings don't make something real?
I know. I don't know. I think I don't know enough to say yet. Maybe. But Mitty, one thing I am sure of is that this algorithm thing is hurting you. It's telling you what content to make. Who the hell is it anyway? I gotta ask you to think about what you want. Pretend there ain't no zealots and there ain't no fans. What would you be doing if they weren't around?
Are you right, little mouse? You're going quite pale, which is impressive for a vampire. I don't wish to worry you.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just tell me you're gonna do something for you this month.
Oh, thank you for the stretch check. Oh, I've been needing one of those.
Well, I used to make my own clothing. I could try to do that if it would make you feel better, my sweet little rodent.
Go do that.
What'd make me happy, Mitty, is you doing something just for you. Does that sound good?
All right, I'll try then. I will see you next month.
Of course. You take care of yourself. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you've sewed up next time.
Then, farewell, little mouse. I hope you find a nice hole to scurry into.
Hey, did you get that stuff about the algorithm? You ever heard about anything like it?
I am not eager to reveal such things to you, but there are sleeping terrors that could certainly consume us if we are unlucky enough for them to awake.
Okay, if even Andromachos is unnerved by the algorithm, that... Oh boy.
But this... No. I am not aware of any such creature.
Okay, good. Don't learn what it is, it's awful.
What Mitty described, a creature that takes note of every small change in nature, sounds like a force of nature itself. I will make inquiries. Do not fear, Samuel. Even if such a beast truly exists, it cannot change our nature, as long as we are true to ourselves. This only proves how important our work is, does it not?
Yeah, you're right. I guess I got a little spooked, but we'll be fine.
Is the algorithm something else in World of Darkness? I mean, it sounds like something that Pentex would come up with. Fucking Pentex.
You know what might make you feel better? Dancing.
Yeah, let's go.
I ain't that shook up, Andy. Maybe I'll go down and get me a drink, though.
Get a drink, go do some dancing. Maybe the black metal priest will be down there. I want to see him again.
I will not probe, though I am curious about your aversion to dancing. When you are ready to speak of it, I am here.
Okay.
You're gonna be waiting a while, boss.
As long as it is less than eternity, I will be here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you go do your wise old vampire wizard thing, and I'll go drink some blood. I'll see you later, Andy.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
Stop laughing like that. It's distracting. What's on the menu tonight, boys?
Another night, another soul canceled.
Okay, notes. Session 3, Maddie. I got more insight into how Maddie's letting the internet affect her. Andy suspects there's an ancient fallen angel out there pulling the strings. Based her personal value on her follower count going up. Doesn't seem to have any real friends, just fans. Is letting this algorithm determine what she does all day. Still not spending time offline. Whatever this algorithm is, it sounds like a real asshole. I'm worried this thing has really got its hooks in Maddie. I'll keep pushing her to value herself though. Good on you.
Can't believe someone as old as Mitty's letting anyone control her. I guess some problems don't disappear no matter how old we get.
Like, Abdurak looks like the silver-haired guy who's one part of that goth couple that popped up last time. I'm thinking that, like, the other guy was kind of Abdurak, but he was more black metal and somehow even hotter because he was more black metal. And just as a priest.
Well, time to get some bartender wisdom. Howdy, Crimson.
Hey.
Whip me up one of them bloody steves.
Hell yes.
Sure thing, cowboy. Tough night at the office.
You didn't say that.
Oh, just got some of them existential questions lingering on my mind. Can you believe someone can be 1,800 years old and still let society tell them what to do?
I can believe it. Folks can get real uncomfortable when someone shows up and does things differently.
Oh, no kidding. My client's a weird one, but I think that's what makes her special. Just wish she saw it the same way.
Think you're making some headway, Chief? How's your session go?
I think it went pretty good, considering.
I'm getting somewhere with her, slowly but surely. She does a lot for other people, but not a lot for herself. Now that makes her real popular, but I think she's realizing that popularity ain't what it's cracked up to be. She's got her own strengths, and I hope she'll lean on them.
You're a rare one, Sam.
I'm
I
alright.
get where she's coming from. Lawyers like rules, even about lawyering. My colleagues didn't care much for my style, so I had to adapt. But they'd get so bogged down in doing something right that they'd stop getting anything done.
How do you like to do things then?
I told you how case law is my thing, right? Well, I studied the worst cases. The ones where injustice prevailed because some corrupt judge invoked some ancient precedent. I used their tools against them. Made them look like fools. What goes around comes around, right?
And your colleagues weren't into that.
Hell no. No one was gonna listen unless I was polite and civil.
Bullshit.
But power never listens to polite and civil.
You got that right. Well, that's a shame, Crimson. Sounds like they lost a hell of a lawyer.
They sure did. Now, I got that drink for you. Sorry, no bloody Steves this time. This one's a Gunther.
Ooh.
I'm sure I'll love it. I'll take it up to my coffin for a day cap. You have a good night, Crimson.
No sexy priest. But I was hoping for them.
You too, cowboy.
Ah, there we go.
Fine. Fine. I have to wait.
Now, let's see. I can read Emerson. I think he's got a piece that'll help me reflect on the night.
That would be lovely.
Or I could watch Charlie Chaplin make lawmen look like fools.
Let's read some Emerson, I think.
I'm always grateful to my transcendentalist family for introducing me to Emerson. I think there's a passage about being a nonconformist in self-reliance. Whoso would be a man must be a nonconformist. He who would gather immortal palms must not be hindered by the name of goodness, but must explore it if it be goodness. Nothing is at last sacred but the integrity of your own mind. Absolve you to yourself, and you shall have the suffrage of the world. I like that. Exploring is its own goodness. I learned that lesson hard in my quiet years. Just observing the world taught me more than all my years of living. With 1,800 years, who knows what good Meddy's found. Well, I think that'll do it for me tonight. Time for some shut-eye. I think I've got some tough battles ahead.
Oh boy, we're starting another week, starting with our own personal reflections and then another round of sessions with our clients.
There he is, Samuel Walls, vampire therapist How are you feeling tonight?
Hi, I'm gonna save.
Oh, come on, Andy. I'm keeping my hat on, but that don't make me an ace therapist.
No, but your progress with your clients does. I must confess, I think you are a more fitting therapist than I am. Your clients are quickly comfortable with you.
Don't sell yourself short, Andromachos.
I believe my clients are afraid of disappointing me.
That's fair.
I mean, I guess I can see where that makes sense. I ain't too keen to disappoint you either. You always make that face.
What face is this now?
Your face is perfect. Everything's fine.
Never mind.
I'm teasing you, Samuel. I understand. It can be difficult to relate to a 3,000-year-old being. But let us not spend our time talking about me. I am more curious about you.
The thing is, while I would be very interested to see what a therapy session with Andromachos would be like, all I can think is if I was sitting in the chair opposite him, he would be having a wonderful heart-to-heart discussion, like really trying to help me become the best version of myself, but all I would be able to think is blah, 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 proper name, place name, important backstory stuff. Just like staring into his eyes.
Let us start with some meditation, and we will see what arises for you.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate check.
Remember your place of comfort, my friend, and remember to breathe.
Life just ain't fair. There once was a man named John Muir. Maybe I should start a farm or something. Not the Bella. Her blood tastes real fine. Wonder whether I can rent a horse. The bastards are unstoppable now. I deserve to be punished for what I've done. Ain't right, they don't let dead folk vote. Wonder what's going on back home. Old Reinhardt doesn't try to teach me more German. Crimson's real cute when she scrunches her nose up.
She really
I'm
is.
a real bad boy.
Yeah, you always have been. But you're getting better.
How do you feel, Samuel?
Good. I should have been doing those breathing exercises myself.
Pretty good. Well, sometimes my thoughts got away from me, but it's not uncommon.
Exactly. Meditation is not a game one plays to win.
Mm-hmm.
What sorts of things came up for you?
After our last session, I can't help but think about my criminal past and how I was pointing fingers everywhere but at myself. The universe dealt me a bad hand, but I played that hand poorly. I got abused, and then I abused other folk. I guess that's only fair, so yeah, I can feel bad, but maybe the universe was just evening itself out.
Aha. Samuel, I know that when we both have suffered and caused suffering, it is tempting to blame the fates. But this is dangerous, a sort of cosmic control fallacy. If we expect that fate will reward and punish fairly, we are bound to be disappointed. We are immortals, Samuel. We live long enough to see old grudges die, and the judgments of our generation replaced by another. So in the grand scale of time, how can any judge fairness?
So, Steph, you give me another edit idea like how I did with Happy Death Day. Could have pulled up that audio and edit Andromachos and you went to it. If you do that, it'll make me so happy.
Dang. That's a real good point, Andy. But a depressing one, honestly. I was never a man of faith, but walking in them woods for so long, seeing so much nature, so much life and death, I started to feel a kind of flow to the universe, you know?
I understand, Samuel. I am not suggesting that you deny any kind of spiritual faith you may have. It is fairness that is the fallacy. If we cannot define fairness, we certainly cannot expect it.
Yeah, I think I see what you mean. Dang, another cognitive distortion, huh?
No one ever said being human was easy.
It really isn't.
Yes, this distortion is called the fairness fallacy by mortal psychologists. Let me give you a few statements that might have examples of the fairness fallacy, and you try to find them. I work hard to ensure my club is dope, because I believe in earning my good reputation.
That seems fair.
Hey man, like, maybe it's good karma, and maybe it isn't, but I just like to put out some positive vibes. The great vampire banker Count van Gelder has been an entitled prick for 6 centuries. It's only a matter of time before he gets what's coming to him.
Is that fairness
I
fallacy?
think I heard of this fella. He was one of them vampires pulling the inflation strings during that coronavirus thing, right?
We have a name. We have a name. We must hunt him down with pitchforks and torches.
They say he caused the Great Depression back home, too. You're right that he's acting like a prick, but the universe ain't accidentally gonna make him fall on a wooden stake.
You are correct. This is a fairness fallacy and a bit of wishful thinking.
You really don't like this fella, huh, Andy?
He is a 600-year-old investment banker. He's tried to summon demons, and even they refuse to spend time with him.
Yeah, and he's ugly, too.
Let us not descend to his level, Sam,
Oh, sorry.
for you would never reach the bottom. Why bother being kind to mortals? The universe only punishes kindness.
No.
The universe punishes kindness? Well, that ain't nothing you can know, boss. Sounds like a fairness fallacy to me.
Indeed, Samuel. It's the sort of thing a more nihilistic vampire might say. But such nihilism is not founded in objective reality. And nihilistic vampires are real downers at parties. At the last Blood Drinkers Ball, I ended up at the same table as Ayn Rand.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Fuck off.
I cannot imagine who decided to offer her immortality. That was my longest night in thousands of years.
No.
Well spotted, Samuel.
Hang on. Just adjust my lighting a bit.
I got all the fairness fallacies, right?
Indeed, you did, Samuel. You are most adept at tracking down cognitive distortions.
Sometimes.
I got a good tracking nose, I'll tell you that. I can't tell you the incredible things I learned just being in nature for so long.
Yes, you speak quite highly of this time. This is where you discovered the concept of cognitive distortions. And you said something about a flow to the universe?
Oh, yeah, that. I don't know, Andy. Something about seeing so much life and death and rebirth. I think it made me start to look at things differently.
It sounds as though it was a spiritual experience for you, Samuel.
I think it was too. My buddy John, he showed me the way. John Muir, you probably know who he is.
That rings a bell. Where do I know that name?
Yes, of course, the American naturalist.
There we go.
He made the entire United States agree that its nature was beautiful and worth protecting.
That's John, all right. I used to call him Johnny Christ because of the way he could make you believe. He didn't like that too much, but he had a way of making people think differently.
How did you meet?
By the late 1800s, my hippie friends moved west. John, he was their hero. He walked and thought, no modern comforts.
Very cool.
We got along well. He liked that I never got tired. We usually walked in silence, appreciating nature. He'd draw, I'd write. I think it was the first man I fell in love with. I was still a young vampire then, not even a century old, thinking I was straight.
Oh, honey. That's beautiful.
Most of us need a good 100 years before we are ready to open Pandora's underwear drawer.
You know what? That is completely fair. Ah.
Yeah, about that.
I want to ask the real questions. You know what? I want to know all of the things. This feels a bit blunt, but when did you start exploring?
How long did it take you to branch out?
Oh, Samuel, death had little effect on my sexuality. I am from another era. Do you remember the 1970s? They were nothing compared to the 970s BC.
That is fair.
The stories I could tell you. One night, my friend Heraclos and I snuck into this...
You know, I was just thinking about the time.
I'm joking, Samuel. Such a thing is not for a therapist to share in a session. I just wanted to tease the American a little.
It is very fun to tease the Americans. I say that proudly as an Australian. It is very fun to tease Americans sometimes.
Well, I think you're being real mean. Sorry. That's what I used to say to Princess when she was being naughty.
I am honored to share the space in your mind occupied by your beloved horse.
Oh, why are we so sexy anyway?
Why are we such sexy beasts anyway, Andy? Seems even the mortals know what we're like.
It's just... Your very existence is hot, okay? You're gonna have to get used to it. I'm sorry, Sam.
We are powerful, immortal beings. Our capacity to explore is something no mortal can dream of, as is our capacity to be bored. Dr. Drain might say that we have dopamine cravings that become harder to satisfy over time, and that might well be true.
And chat teases you, our British Texan Seraph. No, I'm Australian, goddammit. I'm not a British Texan. Stop.
Wait, so the older we get, the hornier we get?
I mean, that's when you've had nothing but vanilla sex like your entire human life, depending on what like period in history you grew up in, and then it's like, wow, I'm really, really bored of this. I want to just try everything at the buffet now.
You have an interesting future ahead of you, my friend. We'll make an international of you yet.
Oh, absolutely. Are there any straight vampires though?
I've been wondering, are there older straight vampires out there?
No. Sexual exclusivity of any sort seems incompatible with immortality.
Very much, I could see
There
that.
is a group of vampires out in Washington who claim to be straight, but they are not fooling anyone.
Fair. Like, it's one of those things that I think as a vampire, you would, after, even if you felt in your core that you were one particular sexuality, whether you were heterosexual, homosexual, gay, lesbian, bisexual, pansexual, asexual, I imagine after like 200 years or something like that of being self-assured, like this is firmly like the flag I fly, and then it's like the kind of inkling of, I mean, I gotta try it kind of maybe once just to see, and then it's the reassurance of like, you know what, I tried it once, it wasn't for me, and that is completely fine.
Well, that's my curiosity satisfied. But speaking of which, I was talking about John. I fell for him hard. He wasn't into me like that, though. I don't think his wife got much from him, neither. That man was married to Mother Nature. But he was good company. I helped him map the West by sharing what I'd seen at night. I offered him my blood, but he was offended at that. He valued death and pitied my immortality. He just liked things as they were.
I wish I had met him. His mindset aligns with accepting things without judgment, as we explore in therapy.
He was an incredible fella. When he told me, Sam, I'm gonna get Teddy Roosevelt to make a law protecting all this, I believed him.
Hell yeah!
Before he died, he urged me never to forget the earth. But I got busy roaming and didn't notice the wilderness shrinking.
I mean, homosexuality is built into vampires as a trope all the way back to Dracula feeding on Jonathan Harker. And even before that, with Carmilla, even though the understanding of female sexuality was almost non-existent in the Victorian age, it wasn't even like a fathom of a thought that women could be possessed with sexual desires of their own and could have orgasms. Shocking. But Carmilla does predate Dracula, and that is like one of, like, if not the first kind of sapphic vampire love story. And while the text is, I'm not gonna lie, I've read Carmilla, the text is quite dry. It is very important in the Gothic literature canon of historical cornerstone pieces, and is open to many wonderful interpretations.
My old gang tracked me down and drove me to you. If I can't help them see another way of living, they'll destroy this planet.
How is a group of gangsters going to destroy a planet?
Right. Well, the mystic bastards are doing more than robbing banks and holding up trains these days. They got organized.
That's frightening.
And now they're called Sanguinius Health. They're a health insurance company.
Ew.
Folks their blood, money, and hope.
Oh, that's bullshit. Burn that shit to the ground.
They're big now, too. Real big. Got friends in high places in the mortal world. Nobody knows they're vampires.
I was not aware of this company.
Well, they're good at keeping secrets. Even in the 1800s, we had a code language. They'd bring on the infinite dawn if it made them money. If I can't stop them, they surely will.
This sounds serious, but remember to not let your fears distort your thoughts. When we foresee only a negative end to a complex situation, this is called catastrophizing. Another extreme that colors our thinking.
Yep, catastrophizing is a very slippery slope.
Meaning, maybe things are rough, but I can't see every angle, right?
Yes, exactly. This is not to say your worries are overblown, but being able to imagine varied futures is useful in our decision making. Let me give you an exercise so you can identify catastrophizing. I always make sure I keep my coffin key with me when I go to sleep. It would be embarrassing to be trapped in my coffin. I sent my friend Bazul the Bloodborne a funny cat video, but he left it on red. He is surely plotting my demise.
Sounds like something I would think.
That sounds like a pretty strong assumption to make. Maybe Bazul the Bloodborne was busy doing a puzzle, or knitting a cape or something.
Also, we got an achievement for recognizing one of all of the distortions. Hell yes. I'll take care, Scarecrow. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am thinking like tonight is probably going to be a little bit on the shorter side. I'm not going to stop it after this session, but maybe after our session with the doctor, I might wrap things up just because it is really, really hot in my apartment and I'm quite sleepy and exhausted.
You are so wholesome, Samuel. I think I know what Bazul was doing, and it was not knitting.
Oh.
It could have been countless things, so you are correct. It is unlikely that he has left me unread out of malice.
Thank you for the hydrate check, Sam. Thank you, thank you.
It was a really good cat video, though. I will send it to you later.
Thank you. Also, thank you for the hydrate check, Wild Angel. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, you never responded to that funny video I sent you of the horse pretending not to like carrots. That was a good one, huh?
Oh, I will have to remember to examine it later.
I don't think he watches any of my horse videos.
No.
I saw a rat in my club the other night. The health inspector will certainly shut us down and expose me as a vampire.
That's catastrophizing.
I don't think one rat showing up at your club is going to make the health inspector take you down, boss. I mean, the rats were some of the cleanest things at a few saloons I've been to.
You are correct. That was some clear catastrophizing. I have not seen a rat here ever since I hired Bert.
Can't say I ain't had a rat-eating phase myself.
Oh no, Bert eats everything. He's kind of like a vampire goat. I do not know how he does it.
I guess Bert could eat the health inspector too.
I think they know better than to get too close. Oh no, I am trapped outside during the day, and it is the middle of summer. I shall burn to ashes.
Is that catastrophizing?
Oh, it ain't like that, boss. Getting trapped outside on a sunny day ain't gonna turn you to ashes.
How long have you been a vampire, Samuel?
220 years?
Do not stand in the sun, Samuel.
Yes, sir.
When I DJ downstairs, I must ensure that I do not wait too long to drop the beat, or my patrons will think I am a terrible club owner and leave.
That's catastrophizing.
No, boss. I don't think anyone's gonna get all that worked up about dropping a beat. That's gotta be catastrophizing.
You are correct, Samuel. I am sure they will forgive me. Though, I do not let the beat drop too late or too early, but precisely when I need them.
All right there, Gandalf.
Who is Gandalf?
Anton Marcos, I am going to sit your ass down and we're going to watch all of the Lord of the Rings movies, the extended cut. Like, I know you don't eat anymore, but we are going to wine and dine and watch the Lord of the Rings movies, and you are going to love them.
Never mind. I think I get what catastrophizing is now. It's just hard to see other angles when I see how powerful my ex-gang's gotten, you know? But I know them. They're just like I was. Maybe they've gotten better at being evil, but I get where it comes from now. That's why I feel this responsibility to help them. Now, I know that's a control fallacy. Maybe I can't help them, but I do want to try.
Wanting to guide them out of the darkness is not a cognitive distortion, Samuel. It is a noble aim, truly.
I'm just not sure I can do anything. I'd probably just make them worse.
That sounds like catastrophizing to me, Samuel.
No, no, no.
I believe that you will help some and be unable to help others, or some may not be ready to be helped.
Steph, please give him the books first. Okay, fine. I'll give him the books first, and the Silmarillion, and then we can watch the movies together.
I reckon you're right. I gotta take things as they come. Just follow that flow of nature.
You are doing exceptionally well, Samuel. I have seen your clients slowly changing the way they look at themselves.
I don't know, Andy. Seems like there's a lot of work to do.
There always is. That we will have work to do is one of the few things we can truly expect.
Well, I surely hope things keep going well.
I am not a man of faith, Samuel, but I do have faith in you.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
Gosh.
Come, let us wind down together. Perhaps you would like to play Settlers of Wallachia with me?
Yes, please.
That sounds like the kind of quiet evening I'm looking for.
Come then. I will set up the board.
Drinking blood and playing board games with a sexy vampire? Can I be invited, please?
Good evening, Samuel. I hope we are feeling good about tonight.
I am feeling great. Let's save. So we are going to have our session with the doctor, and then I think I'm going to wrap things up.
Honestly, yeah. I think Dr. Drain's starting to accept himself. That's what this is all about, ain't it?
Indeed, Samuel. There will always be room for self-improvement, of course. None of us are perfect, and none of us are irredeemable.
I reckon so. Whoever shows up tonight, I'll give him that same benefit of the doubt.
You are a wonder, my dear. What distortions do you think you'll focus on tonight?
So, Dr. Drain, I'm going to go with catastrophizing, because that is something that he exhibits a bit. Disqualifying the positive. He has a very black and white way of thinking, so that. Ooh. Personalization. He also has a very much he's always right mentality. Let's go with these ones. Catastrophizing, disqualifying the positive, Nosferatu thinking, and always right.
I think these are the ones that are likely to come up.
They all do, one way or another. We are wildly irrational beings, my friend. But I will leave you to Dr. Drain.
All right, I think I'm ready. Here it comes.
Is it going to be the doctor, or is it going to be his other half? Quite literally, his other half.
Hello, darling. Miss me?
Yes! Hi, baby! You untamable piece of shit! I missed you! Hi!
Oh boy. Look, are we gonna have a civilized meeting this time, or are you gonna break them fangs out? I'm going to do exactly what I want to do. And you know what? You're going to love it, American.
Let's settle on a safe word first, baby. Thank you for the hydrate check, Lord Azul. Oh boy, I sure do love doing sketchy stuff that may or may not get me killed in a 3-ton mobile open box, but it's still worth it because I can afford internet to watch Steph. Thank you so much, Berserk Boy. Stay safe.
So lay your cares and your underpants at the door, because Lord Luridus is here to take you away.
Hi.
I guess Dr. Drain's back on the stuff again. Why don't you ask the little worm yourself?
Can you switch back now more quickly? Okay.
Oh, Doctor, your master summons you.
Okay.
Hello, Sam.
Oh, okay.
Doc, what's going on here? Why is Lord Luridus calling himself your master?
He should be calling himself Daddy.
Because that's what he is. You've helped me accept that, curse you.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Whoa there, compadre. How did I help you accept Lord Luridus as your master? That weren't ever a thing I encouraged.
I know this is supposed to be a thing of equal parties coming together, literally. But there seems to be a bit of a shift in the dynamic. I mean, it's great that you guys can swap in and out with seemingly relative comfort, but, might need to sort some shit out.
You were correct. I was approaching my issue unscientifically. I thought I could restrain him forever, but I was suppressing my vampiric needs. I had to accept the scientific truth. I am not nature's master. Nature is the master of all. To fight that reality is folly. Now hold on there, cowpoke. That's some extreme thinking there. I'm no scientist, but ain't finding nature as natural as nature itself? You're just babbling now. I ain't. Isn't fighting nature where we all come from? Why we walked out of the sea in the first place? Why anything lives? Evolution is the inevitable result of a species' fight for survival. Those best adapted to their environments thrive, and those who do not, die. It is not done with intent.
A one-man toxic yaoi pair. Didn't see that coming. Svalholder, that is perfectly encapsulating this shit. Very, very well put.
Yeah, but them species are fighting nature, ain't they? And the fighting's what makes them what they are. A simplistic interpretation, though I suppose not inaccurate. But still, I realized that I was suppressing a great part of myself. I did as you instructed, you know.
Oh?
I drank blood. Real blood. And it was incredible.
Proud of you.
I had forgotten how it was not just the taste that made one feel satisfied. It's the feeling of life that it infuses in the body. I felt strong, confident, above the petty worries and squabbles that come with mortality. I felt like a vampire, like the base creature that I truly am. What choice had I but to welcome the truth? I am a slave to my nature.
No, you're not.
So you see, I am his master. I always have been, and I always will be. Just as I told you, therapist. The same dark master lies within you. You know this, don't you? I can see him behind your eyes. Oh yes, you cannot hide him from me. You cannot hide the blood, the screaming, the power you felt when you stripped the life and dignity from those pathetic mortals.
Okay, you're actually crossing a line. No one talks to Sam that way. No, 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 no.
I know your thoughts, my leather-bound friend. I know what you crave. Lie back, and I will give it to you.
I mean, no, this is breaching the boundaries of therapist and patient. But if Sam steps aside...
You poor, pathetic creature. You cannot even accept my gifts, can you? You wear the American flag as your chastity cage.
Someone designed that.
You know, I think I'll pick up one of those at the sex shop on the way home. I wouldn't want the dear doctor using my beloved equipment. You really think you can dominate him completely? Well, that's a control fallacy, amigo. Dr. Drain tried to shut you out and couldn't. You can't shut him out either. I don't need to shut him out any longer, naive fool. He has accepted that I am his true nature, and that I will always know what is best for him.
No, you don't.
Now that's another distortion, Lourdes. You always know what's best for Dr. Drain? Bullshit. You got a one-track mind and it's headed right for a stick in the heart. So let me get this straight. My mind is a train, yes? And it will receive a stake in its heart.
He's only getting better. I mean, worse, yes. Worse. He is improving. This is a noticeable improvement. The fact that the two can swap more consistently. And Dr. Drain has drunk actual blood. But we still got a lot of work to do.
Oh, now you're just being nitpicky with my words. You know what I'm saying. You can't think of anything but blood and sex. You don't know what's best for Dr. Drain. And I suppose you know what's best for him, American. I suppose it's faith in the good Lord Jesus Christ and the cold caress of a gun. I know enough to know I don't have all the answers. Oh, bravo!
Piece of
Thank you
shit.
for enlightening me. What an inspiring genius you are.
Piece of shit.
Look, put Dr. Drain back on. I want to get his take on all this.
Please.
But of course, talk to him all you like. He's a good boy now and knows what's best for him.
Don't say things like that. Don't say things like that. It's distracting.
Doc, what's going on here? This ain't you. You're maybe the most motivated fella I ever met. Lord Lourdes ain't who you are.
Don't you see, Sam? He is who I am. When I drank that real blood again, I knew it. I felt him. Every time I indulge, he will take over.
Is that catastrophizing?
Look, Doc.
Yeah.
You're going to the most extreme consequences here. Thinking the worst is gonna happen every time you drink blood ain't too scientific. Maybe you ain't got your intake right yet. Or maybe getting a bit more satisfaction will make Lourdes less, desperate. Him showing up doesn't need to be the end, partner.
I suppose my horror at his presence is tainting my interpretation of the data. I shall endeavor to be a little more clear-headed.
Good on you.
It's just... I wish that Lord Lourdes were not a natural outcome of my vampiric needs. It isn't fair. I have worked so hard to overcome our curse. Don't I deserve a better nature?
Dang, that fella looks pretty down. What can I do?
I'm not gonna tell him a joke. Maybe some cowboy wisdom?
Partner, I gotta pass on a little cowboy wisdom here. And that is, a horse is a horse. Of course, of course.
Good God. I think my brain has come to age and rotted out of my head. If that is cowboy wisdom, I shudder to imagine what cowboy ignorance is.
Just hear him out, Drain.
I'm serious. Tell me, Doc, what is a horse?
Equus ferus cabalus, an ungulate of the family Equidae. Herbivorous perissodactyls, they...
No, I didn't say classify a horse. I asked what is a horse.
What do you mean, what is a horse?
I'm asking just that. Don't describe it, just tell me, what's a horse? What the hell are you saying? A horse is a horse. Of course. I'm sorry, when is the sunrise today? I think I should like to meet it.
Okay, I do love how just fucking dramatic Drain is. I understand that he is a vampire in need of help, but my god, is he funny.
And what are you, Dr. Drain? I'm a vampire. And a vampire is a vampire. Of course. So what would you tell a friend who's feeling bad about being a vampire?
I would tell them that it is ridiculous to feel bad about what they are.
Well, let's soften that up a little.
I would tell them there is no reason to feel bad about what they are.
So why don't you tell yourself that?
Come on. You can do it. You can do it.
You all right there, partner?
Just give me a moment. Dr. Drain, there is no reason to feel bad about what you are.
Yeehaw! Now that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Please tell me
sweetie.
you did not just yee-haw during my breakthrough.
I couldn't help it. I'm proud of you, Buckaroo.
Good on you, sweetie.
Oh, yes. Dr. Drain should be very proud of who he is.
Hi, welcome back.
You forget my little gun fetishist friend. I am Dr. Drain. I am the truest part of him. And you have no idea what depravities I've been up to, what uncharted places I have explored with my tongue alone.
Go into explicit detail.
And it's all Dr. Drain's fault. He made me feral.
I am
You know why he loves it?
gonna skip past that.
Because it feels good. He knows that. Because he feels that delicious blood euphoria. It is because that is what he is meant to feel.
Okay. Please tell me that this ends with them finding a level of equilibrium between the two of them, and then once a month, Dr. Drain takes a consenting partner out into the woods. They have their safe words, they have their boundaries and everything like that in play, but then they just do a full-on primal chase through the woods, because I genuinely think that would be really cathartic for him. And then they just fuck buck nasty in the woods under the moonlight, and then everyone goes home for another like generous drink of blood and a good talk and a cuddle, and that it feels healthy to me.
No, you unfuckable wretch. Dr. Drain should not be proud of me.
How dare you!
I'm sick. I'm twisted. I'm a filthy motherfucker. Or I would be, if she weren't long dead. Actually, I wonder where old Mum is buried.
Don't no. We open to many things here, but that is not one of them.
You know, he thinks his mother died of old age. But you know what I think? I think she died of shame. Because she knew I was her real son all along. Oh, admit it. You know what Dr. Drain is. No matter how great a scientist he may be, Dr. Drain is a creature of pure shame. That is the essence of his being. That is what makes me so strong.
Is that Nosferatu thinking or disqualifying positive?
I ain't gonna deny our man Dr. Drain is feeling a lot of shame. But that don't define him. He's lots of things. He's dang smart. Incredibly knowledgeable fella. He's pretty funny sometimes. Got that real British type of humor.
That's why I find him so hilarious and attractive.
And he's real determined. I ain't never seen anyone work toward a goal like him. He's a hell of a lot more than shame.
Do you remember how I told you I didn't have a gag reflex? I believe I might have been wrong. Why, I believe you've inspired something in me. I can add a new sentiment to my feelings about your little doctor. Pity. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Such a shame. Now why must you deny the poor little worm? If he loves science as much as he pretends to, he knows that I am inevitable. He should give in to me.
It ain't up to you to decide what Dr. Drain should or shouldn't do. All them shoulds were the thing that made him lock you up in the first place. They're what made him afraid and ashamed, because he was always thinking about what he should be or do. Of course, they were his own creation, but he cannot help it. He knows in his heart that he should... Lord Lunerwolf. Did I give you permission to speak, my little worm? I don't need permission. I just wanted to tell you something.
Oh.
Oh, he wants to tell me something. Well, go ahead, darling. Tell me something. I shall remember it when I'm shanking a football fanatic in a dumpster. I accept you.
I'm not going to make any snide remarks about that. I'm proud of you.
What do you mean you accept me? You cannot accept me. I am your nightmare made flesh. I am the reflection in the mirror you cannot see.
I'm going to listen to the fuck out of the Jekyll and Hyde soundtrack after this. I'm going to sing it in the shower, because all I can think is, I live inside you forever, with Satan himself by my side.
Nevertheless, I accept you. I accept your bloodlust. I accept your violence. You accept my cock? Yes, I accept even that. I will not deny you any longer. But as you are me, I am you. I take responsibility for all your actions. I shall feed you and nourish you, and you shall live by the Hippocratic oath I have sworn.
Oh! Okay, this is amazing.
Dare you to try, you sniveling? No, I do not need to try. You and I are one. I know you. I accept you. And I love you all the same.
Ah! Oh my god, this feels like actual breakthrough. Hell yeah.
Curse you. Curse you both. You sicken me. You do not sicken me. I accept you. No. I accept you. No!
Oh. Okay, I think we reached the end of this story. Hell yes.
Dr. Drain, are you alright?
Oh, he looks so happy.
Yes, Sam. I am fine.
You look fine.
I feel fine. It is a very new feeling. I'm not sure I know what to do with it.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but do you want to go down and dance in the club?
Dance? Dance? Would I like to dance? Yes. Yes, I would like to dance.
Oh.
Just dance.
I'm so proud of you.
Yes, but let's go, partner.
Hell fucking yes. Oh, I'm proud of you.
Come on, Sam. Let us cut runs.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
I ain't much of a dancer.
Neither am I. But dancing is what I feel like doing.
I guess we're dancing then.
Now what the hell am I looking at?
Don't judge us and our shitty dance moves.
Bert, you be nice. I guess that explains why Sam doesn't dance.
He's trying.
Crimson, most dear, have you seen Samuel? I usually check in with him after a session, but he has disappeared.
Check it out, Sugar Blood.
What is he doing?
I think he's goth square dancing.
Oh, honey, no.
So he is. We should not laugh.
Now circle right and do-si-do.
Oh, honey, no.
But then again, that is a should statement.
Oh. Oh, that was beautiful.
The master therapist once again enters his domain. Good evening, Scion.
On that wonderful note, I'm going to wrap things up for tonight. Let's save and head back to the menu. Again, we're doing a slightly shorter stream tonight. But then next week we can do the other 3 client cases. And then that feels like it was like a quite significant breakthrough. I'm not sure if that's the end of that story, if we have one more wrap-up session after everything. But we shall see. We shall see. Let me just save this. And it's also just really, really hot in my apartment. Alrighty, so ending on that beautiful note, beautiful boot scooting note, so to speak, let's wrap things up for tonight. Let me just get my webcam back where it's supposed to be. There we go. So, thank you all so very much for joining me tonight for more Vampire Therapist. This game is genuinely a lot of fun. There's so much passion, so much heart put into this, and I really hope you all had a wonderful time. I think this game is generally really fucking funny, and as someone who loves vampires, I love that they're kind of unpicking certain vampire tropes and looking at them in more interesting and grounded directions. Honestly, I've been loving this. We also have all these extra nights to look at, so if we reach a point where it's getting towards the end of the game and we've got like an hour left of stream, then we'll have a look at one of these to see what these are like. And then of course there's the DLC as well that I will be definitely taking a look at a later date, but that is for future stuff to enjoy. For now, let's wrap things up. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. A big thank you to everyone who renewed their subscriptions and sent in bits. Every little bit goes a long way. Things are a little tight with my finances right now, so any little bit helps to support me and keep the lights on. Thank you all so much. And if you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, then please consider following. We would love to have you back at the Blue Earth Respite. You're welcome anytime. Be sure to check out my other socials that are popping up in the chat right now, including my 2 YouTube channels. One for my ASMR tales, the other for my Twitch VODs, and my Blue Sky, my Insta, and my TikTok. I have an ongoing 24/7 broadcast over on my main YouTube channel, which is a collection of ASMR tales and creepypasta narrations, so be sure to check that out and give it some love. Let's see who's currently live and we can go say hello. Hell yes, Autumn Ivy is currently streaming, so let's go say hi to Autumn. Hell yes, I think they're doing a makeup stream. Either way, let's go say hi to Autumn because they are incredible. They're so wonderful and super talented, and a wonderful friend. So let's go say hi to Autumn, and I will see you guys on Friday for Cage of Roses, a wonderfully gloriously gothic sapphic vampire love story that we were kind of like Carmilla that we were talking about earlier tonight. But I hope you can all join me for that. I'm going to go take a very cold shower because tonight's game has got me quite hot under the hood, and also it's stinking hot in my apartment. But I will see you on Friday, my lovelies. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week, and remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, stay wicked and wonderful. Good night, my lovelies.